to you by our sponsors: William Richmond Inc., Farmers Home and Auto Insurance, the Bobkowski Agency, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, McNeil's Group Properties, Chesapeake's Bounty, Buddy Lee Landscaping and Contracting, LLC, Chesapeake Plastics, the Charleston Senior Community, and R.E. Graves Heating and Air Conditioning. Now, here's a weather alert update from JB Weather.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Forecaster John Bordash, back with you for another live update, providing continuing coverage on the lingering effects of our ice event, and we are seeing quite the impact across our region. Let's get right into everything. This is taking a live look at radar right now. We have continued to see areas of snow, sleet, and freezing rain move through the region. This is a loop of radar over about the last 3 hours or so, and then this will become more of a loop of just over the last hour. And you can see we have a new area, or we've been tracking this area really, of snow, sleet, and freezing rain that's been kind of streaming into the region. We're beginning to see this lessen up a little bit right now. We do have a little bit more activity down to the south and west that we'll need to work through. So that's why we're keeping that chance of snow, sleet, and freezing rain in the forecast through about noon this morning. And this is why we're going to continue to look at impacts across our region. We've had several reports of, you can see here, a 1/4 inch of ice, a 1/3 of an inch of ice. We have lots of reports of ice. And if I can bring this back a little bit, from the St. Mary's County Law Enforcement, they're reporting 34 plus down large trees and dozens of branches on power lines and roads across St. Mary's County, numerous power outages in the county near and south of Hollywood. If we get into, and this is, we want to come over here, this is a look at our current outage situation. When we were talking earlier this morning, it was around 6,000. The updates I've been providing on Facebook and on Twitter, you can get anytime with the link shown there. We've been continuing to see these numbers rise. We are now up over 10,000 outages, so this has definitely taken a little bit more of a drastic turn than I thought it would this morning. If I can kind of show you by zip code where we're looking at some of the biggest outages right now. Two of our biggest hotspots are really in the Lusby, White Sands area, then on over towards about California. That's where we see these two orange shading colors. This is showing where we have over 2,000 customers without power in that specific zip code. Coming back by outage location, I mean, we see lots of boxes. I'll try to touch on as many as I can, trying to give you an idea of what we're looking at. I can't promise I will get to all to every single outage, but this outage is one of our bigger ones. 519 customers without power in the White Sands area. Crews are working to restore that and should be restored by about 11. We have a lot of outages in the Chesapeake Ranch Estates. We have 298 customers without power here. Looks like south of Lake Laria, kind of getting there near Rousby Hall Road. Down towards Olivet, we're looking at 368 customers without power, 6 customers, 51 customers, 58 customers, 4 customers. Down towards Sears Beach, looking at like 5 customers. And then this is a pretty big outage here, right sitting close to over 1,500 people without power in the southern parts of the Chesapeake Ranch Estates there as you follow Rousby Hall Road all the way down there, down towards Drum Point. We have another outage out here as you get towards the Solomons area, down towards Dow, 708 people without power. We have an outage affecting over 1,400 customers. We're looking at outages spanning here over towards the Town Creek area. This isn't estimated to be restored until after 3 o'clock. We have another outage out here. Again, we have a lot going on of over 500 customers out near the Great Mills area. Out here along St. Andrews Church Road, another outage affecting 121 people. Down towards Brenton Bay, this one's been here for a while. We're looking at over 600 customers without power, over 700 I mean, again, you get the idea. And I know if I don't touch on every single outage, a lot of people will be like, well, what about my area? But we're still, I mean, we're talking over 800 people without power here, right up along Medley's Neck Road. Over towards Callaway, over 800 people without power. Down towards Drayton, talking about 879 people without power. There's no estimated restoration time for that just yet. On over towards Tall Timbers, over 400 people without power. And down towards Piney Point, down towards St. George Island, we're talking about 788 people without power this morning. So you get the picture. There are a lot of outages. And if I were to just try to sum this up, and I mean, if we take just a zoom out here, they are all centered in one area. They are all centered down here in Southern California and Southern St. Mary's County. So this is going to be the theme. This is why all night and all morning, I have been stressing the point of no travel and impacts were going to be likely. I know a lot of people didn't really believe that at first because the skies were clear and we weren't seeing too much, but this is exactly what we were talking about, and this is exactly what I forecasted would happen, and this is kind of where we're at right now. Again, we do continue to see precip stream into the region. This isn't just pure snow. This is a lot of snow, sleet, freezing rain mixed across our region, and we're going to continue to talk about this as we head throughout a lot of the morning. This will eventually clear up by the time we head towards noon today. We'll start to switch our winds out of the northwest. That'll be a drying wind for us. It'll keep us cool, but we will begin to dry out eventually. Taking a zoomed out version of radar, the last bit of precip that needs to come through our area is what is right down here. Precip is kind of moving in this sort of a direction this morning. So this area of precip will need to move through. This is going to be a lot of a little bit of snow, a little bit of sleet, but primarily I think we're talking freezing rain with this as it moves right into our region. So we will continue to talk about this, continue to be an issue we're dealing with. Now, the Smeckle crews are out there now. They are dealing with a lot this morning. So if you go like 6 hours without power, that wouldn't surprise me. There was just so much they need to tackle. If we come back over, oh, I need to turn my pen tool off. If we come back over here to, they are dealing with a lot. And it looks like that number has now come down from 10,000, just now updated, down to 8,000 or 8,600 people without power. So we are gradually seeing things try to improve, but again, these outages are probably going to stick around with us for the better part of the day for some of you. And really, our two biggest impacted areas in the southern parts of these counties really has been right in like the Lusby area, right out here towards the Ranch Club, and then down in this region of St. Mary's County, extending from Bretton Bay down towards Piney Point, Tall Timbers, Valley Lee, Callaway, the southern parts there of Leonardtown. I'm hesitant to say Leonardtown because Leonardtown itself, from the reports I've seen, not horrible. Not good, but not necessarily horrible. If we come over here, we'll try to give you a look around to see what we're looking at. If we take a look at this Thomas Johnson Bridge camera, we'll see if we can get it to load. It's been acting weird all morning. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that one to load. If we come over here towards Lexington Park, this is 235 at 235 at 237. This is right where 3 Notch Road meets Chancellor's Run. Traffic is moving, but you can see it looks very icy, and I see we are back with spam. We did this yesterday. We'll do the block, and we'll hope that my apologies about that. Please do not click on any links I do not tell you to click on, please. But this is a look at 237 on out towards 235 at 237. As we head over here towards 4 at 235, you could just see these trees are very icy this morning, and this really shows you what we're looking at across the area. As we head over towards Leonardtown, you can just see the icy look across the region this morning, down towards Callaway. Again, still very icy. One thing that is good to see on all of these cameras is that all the traffic lights are working, which implies so far that the power outages aren't hitting, everywhere. But if you're on towards, let's take you over towards Chesapeake Beach. You have some residual ice, but nothing new that's really fallen. Over towards Brandywine, traffic's moving all right, kind of what you'd expect. Down towards 231 at the Benedict Bridge, things are looking just fine for you as well. If I kind of bring you over here, if we kind of explore roads like we were doing a little bit earlier, again, we still have a slow go of traffic on area bridges like the Thomas Johnson Bridge, at some intersections out here, like where Indian Bridge Road meets St. Andrews Church Road, down here towards the Callaway and Valley Lee regions, on over here towards Leonardtown near the hospital, issues on over towards Loveville a little bit. And this is just kind of as we take a look around, we've had issue, down towards the Piney Point region, and these are a little bit more scattered than widespread, but we have issues out here towards Port Republic, and issues over here towards Charlotte Hall and Golden Beach and Mechanicsville, issues on over towards the Newburgh area as well. We'll see if we can't just get a camera view of, and we'll do it this way so you can kind of see a little better. This tells the story here. You see an icicle. So we're looking at a lot of this going on, and this has really impacted southern zones, but we are looking at snow and sleet really across the region. Lisa's saying Chesapeake Beach is a sheet of ice and icing again. That camera we just looked at showed that ice from yesterday that's just stuck around. That slush has really hardened up a little bit, and now we're adding additional snow and ice on top of it. And we still have to get through this down here, down towards the Richmond area. That will need to come into our region as well. So down towards Lexington Park, St. Mary City, Scotland, you might be saying we're clear at the moment. You have this kind of moving through what we have right now. This will be coming through your neck of the woods. That'll add a little bit more icing. And what we've been talking about today is the potential for an additional, oh, and actually there we go. We update radar. I forgot I kind of paused it. So we're looking at that already in the region. I mean, lots of freezing rain, plenty of sleet, maybe a little bit of snow. And then again, we still have all of this down here to the south. All of this will still need to work through our region. This really will favor areas down to the south. If I take you back over to our graphics, I clicked the wrong thing, my apologies. Again, it's this area here in purple that really is highlighting where we have icing concerns. It really is this region through noon today. We've been talking about ice accumulations of up to 1/10 of an inch possible, and I think that will continue to be the story for a lot of our region as we head forward today. We'll clear up by noon, but we will look at impacts linger. So even though temperatures get above freezing today, and that'll lead to a little bit of melting, we head right back down below freezing tonight, and we'll struggle to get above freezing tomorrow. So these issues will continue to kind of, perpetuate themselves as we head forward here. I know someone had asked, we can take another look around at area roads. We can definitely do that for you. I think the one comment I saw was about St. Andrew's Church Road. We'll come back down this way. So that would be out here along Route 4. Much of St. Andrew's Church Road right now is reporting as green. Not too many issues, but you do still have slick spots across the area. As we take a look here at where 235 meets Route 4 here, I'm clicking on too many things at one time. This is kind of the scene. I mean, it looks very, very icy out here this morning. You could just see that on all of our traffic cameras. We'll do another kind of sweep around and see what we can see. I mean, in this Leonardtown camera, very icy. Over towards Callaway, very icy. Let's see if we can get this to work. I don't think that Thomas Johnson Bridge camera is going to budge with me today. I don't think it is. But, I mean, even if we take a look further up north, let's head up towards Annapolis. Just select one of these random cameras. Even up here, you can still see, it looks icy up here. And because temperatures are still near freezing, we still have to talk about that potential for at least a little bit of residual residual slick spots across the area. As we take just, a quick look around, temperatures this morning, still at close to 10 o'clock, still looking at temperatures that are struggling to get above freezing. We're at 30 in Leonardtown, 32 at Pax River, 35 down towards Webster Airfield. And we will continue to look at this. We'll take a quick look at Futurecast. I don't think it's going to tell you anything I haven't already. I haven't played with this since we last spoke. So let's get the newest run here. And again, it shows this is for 9 o'clock. Let's get towards the 10 o'clock hour. Yeah, and it shows that area down south. This area down here towards Richmond, this is for 10 o'clock. By 11 o'clock, oh, that's one. Okay, towards 11 o'clock, that moves back into our region, and that brings not just snow. As JB weather has continued to grow, it looks like we are bringing in so many people that want to spam. That's so weird. I don't get that. But yes, the Thomas Johnson Bridge is now reopened. They've salted and treated it, but I would definitely use caution going across the area bridges, especially the Thomas Johnson Bridge. But again, this is Futurecast here showing you at 11 o'clock. This isn't really... Don't really pay attention to whether it's blue or pink. Just know that this is going to generally be a snow, sleet, freezing rain mix that will be moving through the region. And it really will focus on areas down to the south. Well, kind of, from about Annapolis to like Indian Head. So this like black line here points south and east, and the areas I am really concerned about for some of the highest impacts, again, really continue to be like in this region locally. Again, this yellow, I mean, you could probably extend this even further south and further northeast, but just as we focus on our region, again, it's really this area here in this circle that we're going to be looking at for additional ice accumulation. So please do be aware that that's going to be a theme as we head through this morning, and impacts will linger into this afternoon. If you don't need to travel, I wouldn't be traveling. I mean, if it's not essential travel, you know. So we will continue to watch this. This will continue to move in. We'll see if we have any new updates here from let's just have a quick look at radar. Any new updates from SMECA? That's update at 9:48. So you'd think there'd be a new update here somewhere soon, but again, we're still looking at the same area. Looks like the one big outage that kind of got taken care of, or a couple of them, was the one out here towards Town Creek. Kind of got reduced in size. Is now really just right, like literally right in Town Creek. And then the other one down here towards, right up along Rosby Hall, down towards Olivet is still there, but this additional outage has kind of gone away. But we're still talking about like over 1,500 people without power out here towards the Drum Point area, and then over towards Dowell. So, I mean, Southern Calvert County is just kind of a mess right now. And I know a lot of you probably don't have power because a lot of you, are in this region. So it'll continue. I mean, this will continue to be something that we need to track. So I'll be with you here on Facebook. That's where most of you are watching me. Over on Twitter, and then over on Instagram at JB Weather. I haven't updated the Instagram yet this morning, though, because it's been so busy. So you can get all the constant updates on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll continue to keep you updated. So thank you for joining me this morning. It has been a long morning. I've been up since 3 doing this after a long day yesterday, but today should be the conclusion to a very wintry 3 weeks in our region, and I am looking forward to sleeping. I need to go shovel and clear off my car up here in Pennsylvania because we have snow and ice up here that needs to be dealt with. So I'm going to go do that. Have a nice and safe one. Keep it tuned right here to JB Weather. We'll do another one of these live coverage videos if needed later on this morning, and I'll see what I can do about getting spam out of here. What do I think about travel at 7 quickly? Sharon wants to know. Again, slick spots are going to be likely. So again, if you don't need to travel, I wouldn't. But with that said, have a nice and safe one, and keep it tuned right